welcome to the Hawthorn Cottage Craft Vlogmas 2025. Can you believe we are at Vlogmas time of year again? This is day one. You're very welcome here if you're new here. I hope you enjoy this vlog series, and if you're a returning viewer, I hope you enjoy what you see as well. I'm Kate, for those of you who don't know. I'll not do that introduction every day. That'll get a bit tiring, but that's who I am. I'm Kate, and I have the Hawthorn Cottage Craft podcast, which deals mainly with knitting. But this vlog deals with knitting and just general everyday life between now and Christmas. I hope to be here every day as much as possible. There may be a couple of days that'll have to join together, but I think all being well, I will be here every day. There's so much to do in the run up to Christmas, so much fun to be had, so much preparation to do, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to bringing you along. Christmas decorations are all up. Can I make an admission that they've been up since the 2nd of November? I've never had my Christmas decorations up so early, but my daughter Amy wanted to have them up early, and when she volunteers to do it, I'm not going to object. And it has been really lovely actually, because it has been dull and dark during November here with the weather, and it has really, really brightened up the house. So we are really all set in terms of decor for Christmas. But I wanted to talk just at the moment about my knitting plans and my advent calendar so that I can get them started. I have had them now for a few weeks and been itching to open them, but have been very good. So this year I think I've probably bitten off more than I can chew in terms of what I want to knit between now and Christmas, but we're going to give it a good go anyway. And I have 3 advents of sorts, 1 full advent, 4 Sundays of advent, and an advent sock. So I thought I would show you those now, and then I can get started knitting on them today. So I have some of them in a basket here, and the 4 Sundays of Advent were from Legacy Fibre Arts, and you know, if you've been here before, that I love their yarn. And I decided this year to get their 4 Sundays based on Matinees, movie Matinees. So with that, there's obviously four little packages. Really, it should have been opened yesterday, because yesterday, although it was the 30th of November, was actually the first Sunday of Advent, but I kept it to share it with you today. But you got the 4 little packages, and then a couple of goodies. There's some microwave popcorn and some candy, some sweeties, Tootsie Roll I've heard of before but never seen. So those are the 4 Sundays of Advent. My Advent striped sock this year is from a Northern Ireland dyer, Spin and Blether. I think she's Andrea. So it's a 24 stripe sock, and I haven't poked and peeked into that yet. And my full Advent this year was a homespun house. Don't know if the gold, you can see the logo. I have wanted a homespun house Advent probably since I ever first heard of yarn Advents, and I've been doing Vlogmas now for maybe 8 years. Is this my 8th year or 7th year of vlogging? But as long as I've known about knitting Advents, I've wanted a homespun house, and this year I decided I was going to treat myself. So I have this. So we have all of those to open now. And I can't wait. I'm so looking forward to it. So the Matinee Advent plans don't exist at the moment. I am knitting, and you will have seen it actually at the beginning of the video, and I'll show it to you later properly. I'm knitting a pair of socks from the West Yorkshire Spinners Christmas Colourway mulled, I think it's mulled wine. And I want to finish those first. But once I've finished those, then I will start these. These are mini micro sets for socks. So they might knit a shorter sock. Or for me, they might actually knit a full length sock, because I don't knit particularly long socks and I have small feet. So this is the first one. Back to the Future. So that is really pretty. And what is really nice actually about this set is that it's not blatantly, it's not Christmas at all really. But that's actually quite nice, because it means that what I do make will be something I can use and wear all year. So that is the first Sunday of Advent for Legacy Fibre Arts. It's their micro sock kit steel toes, which is merino nylon, and I really like this base. I've knit quite a number of socks in this base. So lovely. It's like a periwinkle blue for the contrast colour for the cuffs, heels and toes, and then there's pink and purple. There's like a mustard yellow. I'll try and get photographs of it later with better lighting. The lighting today is really poor. So that is the first one of those. Now, the Advent kit. What all is in here. So it came in a beautiful little bag. And, ooh, sparkle. So these will be my socks. And I think I have a pattern picked out, but I'll tell you later when I get this wound up. This will be wound up today and the first stripe knit. I have the cuffs already done, which I will show you. So there's lots of lovely sparkle. So that will be that. There was another little package in here. Little sticker. Joy. Really pretty little card. Deck the halls with Baz So Jolly. And what do I have in here? Tea. Some tea. Oh, very pretty. It's like a Christmas decoration stitch marker. So that's really pretty. I'll be able to put those on my socks. Yep, there were two. One for each sock. Very pretty. So that is my sock. And as I said, I'll decide on the pattern later and show it to you. And now for the big box. In the box there was a little bag, and in that there is a oh, that's really funny. There's a stitch marker, but it's a Grinch. Very in keeping with this year. Grinch is everywhere this year. So it's a little Grinch stitch marker. And number one, I cannot wait to see what this is. And I do have plans for this. Very pretty. Little Women. So there's green through that. It's a dusky pink. Greens, blues. The labels are so pretty. Again, I'll get better shots of it so that you can see more clearly. But this is beautiful, and this is the soft sock base, which is merino nylon. So what I'm going to do with this set is make the Cozy Comfort Throw, which is a pattern by Molly Clatt, who is a homespun house, and it's a blanket project. So I'm going to work on it and try and get each of these done per day. Now, to do that, you have to hold it with another yarn, 2 fingering weight yarns held together. So I had sent Molly a little message when I knew I was getting the calendar, and asked her, obviously without wanting to know any specifics, what contrast colour would be good, or what colour would be good to hold with the mini to make the throw. So she had suggested either a silver or an oatmeal colour, and oatmeal would be what I would tend to go for. It's usually what I go for. It's my palette in my house, but this time I thought I would do silver just for a change, and I got some of Molly's tonal soft sock silver to go with it, and this is it. And I will hold those two together to knit the blanket, and I'm really excited about this project. I'm definitely getting it on the needles today. I have other knitting projects on the needles for Christmas. As I said, I think I've bitten off more than I possibly can chew, but we're going to give it a go. And I'll talk about that later on today. But I wanted to just share the advents as I opened them for the first time and had a look at them. All the links to where I got my advents, to Spin and Blether, to Legacy Fibre Arts, to a Homespun house, they're all in the description box below and will be throughout Vlogmas if you want to go and check. I do believe there may be some of these left in the shop, possibly in Legacy Fibre Arts. So you can check that out and just see if they're still there or not. But I'm going to probably just try and get a little bit of work done in the house before I sit down to knit, because I could very easily today, with all this new yarn and all the goodies that have arrived, sit and knit now. But I'm not going to. I have to do the Monday clear up and the Monday chores and the usual kind of life things, and I'll take you along for some of those as well, and I'll chat to you later on today. Over lunchtime I got my knitting started, and I am really excited so far by the progress. This was my yarn from Spin and Blether. Really beautiful vibrant colours and some sparkle. And before, she had also sent with the skeins, find my words, that she'd also sent a contrast mini for the cuffs, heels and toes, and it was the cream with the sparkle. There's stellina in it as well, And I had that cast on over the weekend so that I'd be ready to go today. It's my usual 64 stitches, 2.5mm US 1.5 needle, and a 2x2 rib. And over lunchtime there, I got my socks started. I settled on the pinstriped sock by Swart. It's a free pattern. I have it linked in the description box. But it's just a little slip stitch pattern. It might be quite hard to see them as yet. But I have both socks done. And you can just about see the slip stitches here. So it's a really simple, straightforward pattern, but it just gives that wee bit of interest whilst you're knitting it, so it's not a plain vanilla sock. So I'm really, really happy with those. I have those now underway. Stripe number 1 is done. And I also cast on my Cozy Comfort. I'm in the middle of a row. So nothing much to show yet, but I cast on all the stitches. It took me 3 attempts. Just gauging for long tail cast on, which is my preferred cast on, how much yarn I needed. 3 attempts. And then I think I estimated on the 3rd attempt, but oh well. So we have started. It's just knit, and it's already starting to feel squishy. So I think this is going to be a really beautiful project to work on, particularly when sitting watching something or talking and you don't need to concentrate particularly. It'll be a really, really nice, calm project to work on. So at least if that started, and I can work on that this evening. Apart from tidying up this morning, this afternoon I have to go out and do a couple of errands, or messages as people would say around here. I have to go and do the messages. And I'll hopefully have James out with me for that, and I'm not planning to be out too long. Hopefully it'll be a very, very quick jaunt out and back in again, and get some dinner prepared, and then hopefully settle in for the night and really get this underway. And tomorrow I'll show you the other knitting that I have on the go as well. There's just no way I'll get to it today with starting off projects, and I want to get those established before I do anything else. So I'll share all the other knitting with you tomorrow. But for now, I'll get myself ready to go out, and I'll see you later on.